Morning, good morning, good morning to you. As my mom would sing it, good morning, good morning. Oh, how do you do? I don't know the rest of the song. I'm sure there's much more to it than that. Mm-mm-mm. Who makes this beautiful green tea latte? Oh, I do. A gift from me to me. How awesome. Do you do that for yourself? Do you create little pockets of bliss in your life by being the giver and the receiver? That is something special, let me tell you. That is worth um, everything, is to be able to, there's a hair on me, to be able to kind of be in that cycle of reciprocity with the self. Good morning, Bliss Collective. I'm Valerie Shepard. I am the founder of this wonderful movement, this group. I'm grateful for you to be here. I would love for you to join with me live. So I'm here on Wednesday mornings, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, uh, and there will be other times for us to get together live. We are not just a see the posts, think about it, go on with the rest of our lives group. We are on a mission. We're a community creating a movement, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But first, happy Hump Day. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Who is that out there? Type into the comments a hello so I can say hello back to you. I'm going to type welcome. Happy Hump Day. Love it. Little typo, but hey, typing and controlling the motherboard here is kind of fun, especially when the right hand is uh, does its thing. So back to the good morning. This is the Hump Day Happy Chat. It's an opportunity for me to be here live so that there's somebody behind this group. It's not just, and I don't want to just post. I want to interact. I would love to feel your energy live. I have an announcement about our next gathering that I'm inviting you to. And so this space, those of you who have joined, and I hope you'll invite some others to join, this is a space that we're co-creating. I'm leading the charge, so to speak, and everything that we do gets refined and more light and love gets breathed in it as you do what you agreed to do when you joined, which was to play full out. Good morning, Kathleen. I'm so glad to see you. Oh my gosh. Yay. It's so nice to be not just talking to the little green light on my computer, but also to be aware that there is a heart out there with me live. So many blessings to you, Kathleen. I'm so grateful to have you on this journey toward more bliss and to have you in the collective consciousness of the group as we collectively create energy that gets spread throughout the world to create a world that we love to live in. So thank you for being here. So I'm the founder and CEO of the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery, the author of this book behind me that's won 6 awards in self-help and spiritual categories. A lot of other things you can learn about me some other time. But I'm really here for all of us to create the energy in ourselves first that then we can radiate out into the world and create a collective consciousness that feels more at home to us. Why would that happen? Because it's created in the same energy as we are. And so we can go through life saying, oh, wow, one of my fervent prayers is I have a circle of like-hearted friends and plenty of disposable income and spaciousness of schedule to spend time playing with them. And I just did a camping trip this past weekend with my brother and sister-in-law and some friends, dear friends that we've known each other for a couple decades. And it was beautiful. And that's what we're doing. Okay, so mark on your calendar. Here it comes. Mark on your calendar. Our next gathering of the Bliss Collective will be on Friday, June 11th. So that's about 10 days from now, next Friday, June 11th, from 4 to 4:30 p.m. Pacific on Zoom. And so we'll get into Zoom because that way people can chat and connect, and we'll go live from in there to be on the in the group. But that way we can actually break out if we've got enough people. We can just talk more like we're co-located in synchronous time. Uh, and so what I'll do is I'll post the Zoom link. I'll send it in private messages so everyone's got it. And if you can come at 4 to 4:30, great. If you can't, we do this thing hashtag replay if you weren't able to be a part of it, and you'll get to feel like you're more in a group. And that's my goal, is that you don't just feel like you're getting posts and stuff and it's sort of passive. I want you, well, I invite you and I encourage you to engage from an active, conscious place. And if the times that I choose aren't ideal for you, please send me a quick message and tell me some other times that you prefer. So I've been talking a little bit about our manifesto. So the Hump Day Happy Chat is all about how can we split the week on Wednesday, get some tips and tricks and tools just dribbled out to you in short format as much as possible, half an hour, so that you can create the back half of your week in an even higher state, an even higher vibration, so that you really are living in a state of bliss, so that you really know how to create that if you fall out of it. And it's not an if you fall out of it, as long as we're in the third dimension of the earth, it's more like a when. I mean, I'm practiced at this, I teach it, I advise people, and still there are times when, wow, I have a faltering, a wavering. I have my practices to help get me back into the higher vibration, but those are practices and I practice them. And I also have my own spiritual counselor. And so when I'm really struggling, I spend time with her, getting into discernment. I'm noticing this, I'm noticing that. Oh, this is probably connected to this. This is a calling for forgiveness. This is how I release myself from where I am right now. How do I make it okay that I'm sitting here? How do I, like, flex my muscles of my higher consciousness, flex my muscles of love, flex my muscles. Woo, that was a big wave of energy. Flex my muscles of compassion, flex my muscles of harmony, flex my muscles of tolerance. The world needs so much tolerance right now. Breathe that in. How do I be more of what I already am? What a question to ponder. Dance and play in that inquiry. How do I be more of what I already am? That's what this collective is about. Life is this beautiful academy, a journey into this space of knowingness. It's already inside of us. It's connecting to it. It's fertilizing it. It's, dancing inside. We spend so much time focused out there. The dance is in here. And then we take it out, that refined I am, and we take it out and live it and breathe it. And so in our manifesto, I've posted the manifesto a couple of times. It's a declaration. Manifesto is a declaration or a charter. It's basically published intents or motivations of the people who issued it. And so we as a collective have taken on that manifesto as our declaration of intention. The individual statements anchor the powerful intentional energy. We are this. Notice they're all stated in the present tense as though they are true now. And the more we say them in the present tense as though they are true now, we anchor in the energy of it is so. It is so. It's like you clap your hands. It's done. Declaration. Wow, that was good, right hand. Yay. Declaration. So the statements are, anchoring intentional power in our lives. And they are at once aspirational, like something to go for, reach for, not strive, but to keep marching in. Yeah, yeah. And they're attainable. They're attainable. Everything that we want is always attainable. Our desires were implanted in us to allow us to bring them forth in this dimension. There's nothing we can't do. So these statements are isms for our experience as this community leading a movement. Community leading a movement. These are our isms to show the way to hundreds upon thousands upon multitudes. Whew. To show the way to hundreds upon thousands upon multitudes. How to transform their lives and create ongoing upward spiraling evolution of consciousness. I say in the dedication to my book that raising your consciousness is the only way I really know. It's the only true way that I know to create this lasting happiness, this beautiful vibration of bliss, this ongoing, deepening love, compassion, energy in your life. It's the only way I know. I've studied several different ways, and they all come back to this one seminal place. It's love. Unconditional love. Not romantic love. It's not about getting it back. It's about just being it. Being a stand for love. Seeing everything through the eyes of love. It's one of my intentions. I see everything through the eyes of love. So we start in here, in the heart, and create an outward radiating ripple effect as our lives become demonstrations of how to live from inner clarity, from inner love, self-love, and from inner joy. We are taking a stand for being able to manage the ups and downs in our lives, and there are ups and downs. Can't make that go away. But how you kind of make it go away as you master the skills to live beyond it, to do what is called transcend while you include. So the events don't change. You might still have loss. You might still have devastation. You might still have grieving. You might still have frustration. You might still have resentment. You might still have anger. You might still have upset. You might still have confusion. You might still have worry. It's not that the bliss eliminates those things. Living in bliss is about transcending them while they're still here. Like I live in bliss even though I'm still dealing with the ramifications of a brain hemorrhage that happened years ago. And some of those ramifications get me really down. I just don't stay down. I don't allow my emotions to be true and real and dictate the way I am in my life. I don't become the feelings. Feelings can move through me and I'm like, oh, there's some sadness. I feel anger, feeling guilt and shame. And I can get back into my state of, I will explore that. And it doesn't change the real truth of who I am. That's power. That's magnificent. That's what we're creating in the Bliss Collective. Thank you so much, Kathleen. I'm so glad you're still here. Yay! So today I wanted to talk about one of the statements on our manifesto. If you look at the manifesto, right front and center in the middle, the first statement at the top in the middle is one of my favorites. I actually like them all, but this is one of my favorites. My life flows with ease and grace. Just allow that to sink in a little bit. My life flows with ease and grace. So a while ago, years ago, before I had the stroke, before the book was completed, years ago, I was writing articles about things, and I wrote an article for InspireMeToday.com They've published it multiple times, and it's called Eat Peas and Grapes. Eat Peas and Grapes. What's that about? Um, it was actually not about that. Somebody just heard me doing a mantra that I used to say under my breath, especially in difficult times. And the mantra was ease, peace, and grace. Ease, peace, and grace. And I would say that multiple times. Ooh, yay, somebody else is here. Somebody else is here. Type your name in so I can say hello. Yay! I can't always see this from my laptop, and I use my laptop, not my phone, um, because it's easier on my hand. Um, so ease, peace, and grace was what I was saying, but the person thought I said eat peas and grapes, and we had a great laugh. And then I thought, wow, I should maybe like write an article about it. So I did, and so this being on the mantra is something that people have said to me over and over on the manifesto. You know, this is what I want, the state of grace. I want to live in a state of grace, which is basically this ease being the state of flow, and grace being this state of higher consciousness of love that shows up even when I might think I don't deserve it. So think about this. Might not deserve it might be when I feel like I've made a mistake and I'm guilting and shaming myself because I didn't do it right, or I let myself down, or I let my family down, or I let my community down, or I said I was this kind of person, but in that moment I acted like a completely different person. Grace is that thing that comes in and like erases it, makes it be an oh well, it didn't matter. Where you should have lost your keys, but somehow they're found right there in front of you. You totally make a mistake and maybe send an email that shouldn't have been sent, and the person never sees it because their email was down. The states of grace that come in, and I said in this article that grace is the gift bestowed when we think we're seeing lack and limitation, and abundance shows up anyway. Abundance shows up anyway. Like whenever you're in a situation, you're like, where did this joyful thing come from? That's living in a state of grace. The surrender, the surprise, the wow, how did this happen? That's living in a state of grace. So ease and grace. Ease being in flow, grace, that endowed love, light, prosperity, happiness, freedom, joy, even when we can't see it or don't believe we deserve it. It shows up to remind us, you are that already, so you absolutely deserve it. And the question is, how do I receive more? How do I accept more ease and grace into my life? How do I accept more into my life? So for just these last few minutes, let's talk about that. So how do I accept more ease? One of the things you can do is surrender. Surrender. Put down the idea that you have to fight. Put down the ideas of the zero-sum game, meaning in order for me to succeed, someone else has to give up their success. In order for me to win, someone else has to lose. Like, give up those ideas. Surrender the battle cry. Surrender struggle and striving. Surrender working hard to have anything that matters. Ease and grace don't show up where those ideas are flourishing, because ease and grace would say, well, they think they already know how to do it. Let them do it. We bless you if you want to struggle, if you want to strive, if you want to work hard. Raise your hand if that's what you've done. I've done it. Doesn't get me any further. and being able to surrender into how does ease and grace propel me just as far as working hard, if not farther. Struggle. No, I don't want struggle anymore. I want to laugh and dance and play my way as I spiral up into my consciousness and create a life of bliss. A community on a community creating a movement on a mission. What about forgiveness? Critical to creating ease and inviting in grace. How does forgiveness create ease? It eases you, right? Forgiveness is not pointed at the other person. It's really a way that I release me from anger, resentment, guilt, shame, blame, and punishment. And I'm really good at heaping those things on myself. And when you really wake up in this dance with life and discover, wow, a lot of the judgment, a lot of the anger, a lot of all of that was me putting it on me. It wasn't coming from the outer world, although I thought it was. Although I might have blamed the outer world. And I did that until I learned, oh wow, the outer world is a reflection of what's going on in my inner plane. Oh, wow. And so now the dance is making my inner plane the space of ease. And I relax some of the tenseness in my heart, some of the places and ways I've closed off my heart from love, compassion, harmony, tolerance, and bliss is carrying old wounds and resentments. Can you feel the tension when you feel into something that is about anger or is about resentment? There's a closing off of the heart. So how do you receive more ease and grace? Let go of that constriction, release, relax, forgive. Forgiveness is powerful. Another way is to remember compassion. If you can replace every pocket of pain and woundology and every little resentment and anger, when you forgive it, you need to put a replacement energy there. Otherwise, it can come back. And you're like, I thought I already dealt with that. So you can go into compassion. Compassion for everybody involved. And that includes you because it is in you. And it might look like I forgive and release myself from these feelings of anger and resentment from you fill in the blank. For me right now, it's about a particular relationship with somebody very special. I forgive myself and I have compassion for the discernment, the choices I make, for the growth path I'm on that is spiraling me into a higher, liberated dance with life. Compassion. And of course, ease and grace flow in where gratitude already is making a feathered nest for them. Gratitude. How can I be more of the energy of yes, the energy of thank you so much. Wow. This difficult situation just gave me an opportunity to notice something about myself that when I get into a deeper relationship with whatever that is, self-mastery, I can create self-acceptance, which helps it dissipate, and get on a path of self-love in spite of that still being there. I can love the hateful part of me, and there's been some hate coming up with all of the anti-Black sentiment and healing, and I'm leading a couple of groups through connecting to unconscious bias. It can come up. I can love the part of me that doesn't seem to move things forward. I can love the part of me that I'm really upset about is not, quote unquote, put it in quotation marks, it doesn't appear to be healing as fast as I want it to. How can I be grateful for that? And then the last thing about ease and grace is to be in the space of expectancy, awaiting the gift. So, not doing nothing, just believing it's going to come showered down. I believe that. And I continue to do my part. Sometimes my part is taking a nap while I expectantly await a new avenue that has fewer obstacles on it. It'll may be revealed to me in the dream that I have during that nap. It may be revealed to me in nature. I'm out in nature taking a break and I'm expecting good things to happen. I have reminders of that. I have this one, everything in my life works now and forevermore. On the other side, it says my life works beautifully. That's part of the expectant energy. Another one that I keep, and I don't know if you can see this, expect a miracle. That's another way that I keep myself in that high vibration of it is coming to pass. It is coming to pass. It is. It is. It is done. It is so. Surrender, forgive, be in compassion, feel gratitude and express gratitude, and be expectant for something absolutely magnificent to show up. And remember, surprise means you don't necessarily know what it is. So it's not you want the expectancy of what you said you wanted. It's the expectancy of the surprise gift in any moment that can show up and transform you in your life in a beautiful way. Yay! That's today's Hump Day Happy Chat. How do you live with more ease and grace in the flow of life? Thank you so much for being here with me. I always close the Hump Day Happy Chat with the prayer of loving kindness from the Buddha, Ascended Master, the Karanaya Metta Sutra. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. Your true nature is bliss. May all beings awaken to the true nature that they are. And may all beings be free. And that's emotional freedom. It's the kind of freedom that comes from the practices in the Bliss Collective. And remember, all beings includes all of us. To be that loving light energy that envelops the world, knowing that I'm in it too. I am those things. Many blessings. So remember, watch out for the invitation and the Zoom link for our June 11th happy hour at 4 p.m. Pacific. Yay, on Zoom. Many blessings. Thank you for joining. Kathleen, have a spectacular Wednesday. Thanks for being here. Remember, if you have specific questions, Kathleen, type them in the chat or in the comments. Private message me. I'm happy to do some teaching around individual questions, and I can, do that change the name thing to protect the innocent. So I can put the question out in the space, and I guarantee you, anything that's going on with you is going on with us. And so anybody who's got that courage to say, I really could use some support around this situation or this incident or this dynamic that's going on within me, you're helping us all, including me. So thank you for being here. Many blessings. Love and light, my sister. Have a wonderful day and rest of the week. Bye now.